Welcome to another amazing episode of Suave and Sassy Seniors with Sonya. Listen, I'm so excited to be here with you today. Now, just in case this is your first time seeing our show, let me explain a little bit about our show and why we do our show. We do our show because we choose to highlight seniors living their best life. Now, some people believe as we age, we fade. But my belief is as we age, that's when we really begin to shine. So we highlight seniors living their best life. That's why this show is called Suave and Sassy Seniors. The seniors that we have on this show, they're embracing their age, they're embracing their wisdom, and they're embracing their lives. Now, I'm at an age in my life when my children are grown, they're finally not borrowing from me all the time, and they're actually living their life. So I'm in a stage where I'm able to do some things. And then this stages change in our lives. But even as the stages change, seniors still are living their best life. So on this show, that's what we highlight. And at the end of every show, we ask our amazing seniors to give us a golden nugget, something that we could take away, some wisdom that they have gleaned over their lives. Listen, if you lived on this earth 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, you should have learned some things. And I want to learn from people because you can learn something from anything. I used to have a pastor used to say, anything will preach to you if you let it. So we like to receive nuggets from our seniors on this show. So today I have an amazing senior. She's doing some great things. I want to welcome Mrs. Carolyn on the set. Come on, Mrs. Carolyn, come on in. How are you?
Hi, yes, hello. Yes, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Thank you for being a part of my show today.
I'm so excited to do this. Thank you.
So first of all, I want to say you look absolutely stunning. I love the pretty colors. Bright colors are my thing and makes me feel good. Colors give me energy.
I totally agree. And, not only does it give you energy, it gives the people around you energy. So I say wearing color is kind of a simple solution to some complex problems. Like people say they're lonely or they don't have enough social interactions. Put on a pop of color, just walk to the grocery store, and you'll have people surrounding you saying how great you look. So yes, I believe strongly in wearing color.
Absolutely. Colors change your whole mood. Now, Mrs. Curlin, could you tell me a little bit about you and your life? Because you are a suave and a sassy singer. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing.
So what's really exciting right now for me is that I have rebooted and reinvented myself as a fashion model. I'm 74 years old and I never modeled before. But when I retired about 4 years ago, I was starting to feel invisible. I felt like I was overlooked and underestimated as to what I could do. So I did what we were just speaking about. I started wearing more color, and that clearly made me more visible. And then I got the idea of doing some photo shoots from a young woman, Sherry McMullen in Oakland, California, who has a boutique. And she had a little afternoon session of glamour for ladies. And she asked, what are your goals in life? It was a video. And I said, well, my goal is to influence other women my age to flaunt their style, add more color, add more swagger to their lives. And she was really impressed with that. I think she was surprised. So lo and behold, 2 weeks later, she called me back and asked me if I would want to come in and wear some of the clothing. She has a really high-end fashion boutique. I did. I wore gorgeous pieces, Nina Ricci, Tibby, Rachel Comey. And when it got posted on her website, all of the designers really liked it. It was different. It wasn't the 23-year-old, 5'10", size 00 model.
00.
It was a 74-year-old, certainly not a size 0, but size 4, 5'4", And that got it started. And one of the designers, Tibby, asked me if I wanted to do um, an episode with her, and I did. And so it's just taken off from there. So I've done print, runway, uh, shoes, herbal hair care. And so it's just one thing after another. And I'm actually right now in New York doing some castings for New York Fashion Week.
Wow. So listen, okay, so I'm all bubbling up. I'm bubbling up. I'm bubbling up. So, oh my gosh. So you, after you retired, you just took a leap and tried something new. And that's something that a lot of people don't do. People do not like to try new things. They don't like to take a chance. But taking a chance and trying new things is where we find ourselves and find other opportunities. So
Yeah.
you took a chance, like you said, not the typical model, not 21, 23 years old,
Yeah.
definitely not a 00. And you jumped out there. First of all, you're stunning. You look amazing. You're very beautiful. So you took a chance, and that opportunity opened up one behind another because
Yes.
you took a chance. You weren't
Yeah.
afraid to take a leap, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I say to people, I'm not trying to be a supermodel. I'm just trying to send a visual message to people my age and even younger that it's really never too late to do something different. And I'm also sending a visual argument, I hope, to individuals who can make a decision or choice about who's modeling their clothes. Because, not all of us look like the models that we see. And that interpretation of what is beautiful, has a negative effect on many of us as we think, gosh, well, I don't look like that. So yes, taking a chance is really a big part of it, and that's the way I live right now. Is just doing something different frequently. And when you do something differently, it just opens up your mind to what's possible and what you can do, and other people will support you in what your effort is.
Well, let me ask you this. What did you do before you retired, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, no. So I was in various corporate jobs, AT&T, Bank of America, and then my most recent job was with a company, with a foundation where I was doing philanthropy, and I was interacting with individuals who had been successful in their lives, but now wanted to become more significant by giving back the dollars that they had, that they that they owned, and they wanted to give their time and their treasure, and so that was a very rewarding job for me, and it was nice to kind of end on that note. And so I really envisioned that I would be traveling in retirement, doing book clubs, going to museums, and I still do a little bit of that. But now every day I wake up, I'm fueled by the inspiring comments and notes that I get from other women who say, I'm just looking at what you're doing and it's making me think that I want to make a change in my life. And I get so many positive comments that it just keeps me going, and I get up and do what I need to do to get those messages out there.
Wow. Wow. That is so inspiring. So listen, I'm 52 years old and I get up and don't have all the energy. I'm like, man, do I need a vitamin B pill, a shot, a Red Bull? Where do you, where, where do you glean your energy from? Where do you, because to go and to travel and to be in and out of makeup and outfits and studios, where do you receive your energy and your boost from?
Well, like I said, I am inspired by others. I'm inspired by people who say they want, um, well, just that they look at me and they think it's fabulous. Young people, same thing. And I know that, and I have this motto that if you can, do. So I come from a long line of relatives who have various diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, And many are not really into exercising and stretching and eating right. And I just decided one day after having a conversation with an auntie who was kind of on her last leg, because I can still walk, I will walk. Because I can still lift, I will lift. Because I can still choose what I eat, I will do that. So I incorporate stretching and exercising into my daily routine. I started kickboxing about a year ago. And once you get into a habit of doing something physical like that, it's really hard to turn your back on it. So my energy comes from just, constantly understanding that I have to move. I must say though, Sonya, well, you just mentioned like the in and out of clothes and it's a very arduous task to be a model and have like 10 different changes and 15 seconds to get out of one and into the other. And then you have a shoe that's a half size too short. So typically, I don't make any plans for the next day. That's my rest time. I don't try to do anything that next day because I know I'm going to be tired, but it's worth it.
But you know
It's,
what? That's so important. A lot of people don't realize how important rest is.
yeah.
My kids laugh at me because I'm a morning person, so I'm usually up. I'm usually up every morning, at least by 4:15. But I go to bed about 8:30. And my kids are like, Mom, are you in bed? I'm like, yeah. And you woke me up. So I go to bed early, but I get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. And
Yeah,
people don't realize how important rest is. And
absolutely.
something else you said I want to horn in on exercise. And it's so important to take care of our bodies. And like I said, this is the only body we have to get through here with. And that's your secret to your success. Now, not everyone can work two careers. You had a whole career which you retired, and now you have another career that's fun. And that has to be amazing. And I appreciate you for sharing your story with us today.
My pleasure. And I hope that your audience as well will appreciate, this discussion and perhaps there's something in their life that they thought they might want to try or I really encourage people to reboot and reimagine and not to pay too much attention to what other people tell you should be doing. I get that sometimes, it's like, should you be doing kickboxing or should you be? Yeah, I mean, believe in yourself and the blessings that you have around you and the people you have around you will definitely see you through whatever it is that you have an idea that you might want to try. The other
So
thing
can I
I want to say about exercising, because, we just went through the pandemic where we really weren't able to like go to gyms or, couldn't even go outside for a bit. But I discovered online so many things. I mean, like chair exercises and just stretching. So I hear from some people that they feel like they're too overweight or they're too stiff or just can't do. There's something there for you. There's some exercise for you. It may not be running or doing squats or whatever, but just believe me, there's something there for you. Even if it's just stretching, go online and find it and just incorporate it into your day.
So would we be safe to say that's your nugget that you're going to leave? Because we always ask our guests to leave us a golden nugget. One thing that you left for me is don't let anybody define what you should be doing with your life. Because
Right.
people will say, well, you're too old to be doing this or you're too old to do that. Don't tell me, you can't define me and my age. And that's something that a lot of people tell people as they age. Well, you're too old to model or you're too
Right.
old to wear a two-piece. You
Right.
listen, my husband and I just came from Aruba. My two-piece was looking better than a whole bunch of young women out there, baby. So I was kind of on the sexy side. So I was like, I may be 52, but you're 22, but mine look real nice, even though I'm thick as a Snickers. So I was looking pretty sexy. So don't let people define what you should be doing at any age. What
Absolutely.
would be the nugget, another nugget that you could leave with us?
Yeah, well, I would say just think of it as flipping the script, and you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start now and change the ending. I
Ooh, wait a
love
minute, wait a minute. You can't drop that. Wait a minute, you can't drop that and go on. Okay, you can't go back and change the
the beginning,
beginning,
but
but
you
you can start now and what?
change
Change the ending.
ending.
Oh wow. That's I'm gonna quote you on that. Can I borrow that on a Facebook quote? I'll put your name to it. But that's amazing.
Actually, I borrowed that myself from C.S. Lewis. But it's so genuine and so sparking that I use it all the time, and I think of it all the time. Because sometimes we just kind of regret some things that we've done. Well, you can't go back and change what happened, but start
Mm,
now and change
start now.
and change how it ends. Yeah, I love that too.
Wow. You are amazing. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep modeling, keep doing your thing, and keep being a shining bright
Oh,
light for others. Thank you for being here today.